On the 7th of July 2023, I set off on the MIUT, the Madeira Island Ultra Trail. After leaving the hotel in Porto Muniz at around 7:45 in the morning, I was immediately met with the first climb of the day, up to a small village high up in the mountains. And almost straight back down with a quick descent into a parish of Porto Muniz called Ribeira de Janela. I was straight into the second climb of the day with an elevation gain of around 1,300 metres. After replenishing my water bottles, this route took me through miles of dense forest. This path took me up to the ancient forest of Fanal, a vast landscape renowned for its beauty, but also its eerie atmosphere. There was a small campsite at Fanal that you could apply for a permit for, but only being 17 kilometres into the day, I thought it was way too early to stop. So I replenished my water again, had a bit of lunch, and pushed on out of the forest of Fanal. Before dropping down from Fanal, I was treated to an incredible view. I could see an area of Seixal, the town I was about to descend to, nestled in the valley, and just past this was the third and final climb of the day. I replenished my water bottles once again before leaving Seixal, and then attacked the third and final incline of the day. This climb would take my elevation gain to around 3,000 metres for day one. In hindsight, a bit too ambitious for the first day. The temperature was still around 29 degrees when I stepped off from Seixal at 4:30 in the afternoon. One of the reasons I chose to take this trail on in July was that I'd be partially acclimatised from our summer back in the UK. But all we had was overcast, moody conditions in the 2 or 3 weeks building up to this. This climb was brutal. The incline was nothing like I'd experienced before. It was relentless. It just seemed to keep going and going. I'd also taken a gamble on this particular water carry, only to find the next water sources up the mountain had all dried up. Before this point, you'd be unlucky to walk 300 metres without having water available. I finally reached the top, fatigued and dehydrated. I was happy to see a flowing stream coming down from a nearby peak. Another 10 minutes down the track, I finally come across Esta Quinhos campsite. This was a really small campsite, with only space for about 3 or 4 small tents. There was already 5 or 6 people there. I managed to find a flat bit of ground, pushed right at the back, under the trees, just enough to take my tent. I didn't sleep well that night. I struggled to switch off until about midnight, so getting up a little bit later than usual, I had some breakfast and pushed on. After 35 kilometres and 3,000 metres of incline the day before, I was in good spirits to know that today was going to be a slightly easier day, hopefully arriving at the accommodation I'd had booked for around mid-afternoon time. It was around midday when I descended into Bermuda, and I knew the hotel that I'd booked was just a 500-metre incline, so over a distance of around 6 kilometres up in the mountains. After a quick 5-minute break, I headed up a steep slope that went on for about 800 metres and finally met this road. The road led me to some steps that continued on for about 5 kilometres and about 450 metres of incline. These steps went on and on and on. I was delighted to see there was actually 2 restaurants at the top of this incline, so I wasted no time in grabbing some food, knowing the hotel was just a short 800-metre walk down the road from here. My legs felt heavy at this point, and I was definitely still feeling the effects of day 1. I carried on down the hill to Hotel Bermuda. At just €42 a night, including breakfast, this was a no-brainer. I could have a hot shower, charge electricals, wash clothes, and have a decent rest. Oh, and the view wasn't too bad either. With a 3-course meal the night before, a brilliant night's sleep, and a great breakfast, I was ready to take on day 3. This was going to be another big day, taking on the tallest peak in Madeira and the 3rd highest in Portugal, Pico Horrível. Please find part 2 to carry on this adventure with me.